What's up, guys? Bones88 here, and I am with my very, not only good friend, but my best friend, XMG, aka Zeri. Me and Zeri go way back. We don't do very many videos lately, but he's just really busy. He's a busy man, hardest working content creator, I do know. But finally we got together, we're able to do this, do a little stream. I'm going to edit this down into a YouTube video. We're just going to hang out, talk some crap, talk a bunch of Ace. I'm just going to ask him what he does. We're just going to talk about different modes, characters, and we also want to make sure we touch on like how we think the state of the game is now that we're about 3 months in almost, and just where we think it's going to go. So we used to do this with Dragon Champions all the time, and they were pretty good videos. So before we get started though, no one really makes it to the end, so I want to make sure that Zeri gets his to be able to promote his channel real quick. So Zeri, where can we find you, and what kind of stuff do you got going on over in your channel?
Hey everybody, well first off, thanks for having me, man. It's awesome to be finally on your channel again. You can head it. I mostly do YouTube videos. I'll stream occasionally. I haven't done it in a while, but YouTube, XMG is where you can find me. I do a free ride. It's free-to-play series on a daily basis. Take the weekends off, spend it with the family, and then I'm starting to do noob guides. So I got to go check actually at some point tonight to see who's winning the poll for the next noob guide. A noob guide's just a new character breakdown. So
I loved your last one too on Godfrey. The best one you've done so far. The graphics.
Thank you.
Adding the little videos there with their moves was, dude, awesome. So yeah, if you guys don't know, Zeri is one of the best content creators on Ace. But you know, me and him are just kind of the lesser known people. If you guys don't know about him, please go check him out. He is way more informative than me. He's very humble, so he's not going to say that's true. But he breaks down the characters. It isn't true. He breaks down the characters and gets every little thing you should know about him. Me, I'm just kind of like, yeah, he's okay. You know, that's about as far as I go. Or don't use him. Or he's awesome. You better be using him. Take him to 60. That's about as in-depth in the characters I get. He does an amazing job. And if it wasn't for Zeri, I would not be here today. So thank you for being on here with me today. I love you to death. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
I love you too, man.
Also, I hit 500 subscribers. I don't think I've announced that on a video yet. Very, very happy. And hopefully more to come. So, thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. Congrats, man.
All right, well, enough blabbing on about us, right? Let's talk about the game.
Yeah, right.
So, what you got go? So, I know I watch your free-to-play videos all the time, so you keep us pretty updated. But I don't know much about how you're doing in your main account. Like, what do you got going on there? Let's talk about your heroes. Like, what heroes are you working on? What heroes would you like to work on? What do you got going on with you?
Let's see. Right now, I'm currently leveling Brand up, in case he is selected, because I think I put like Zatlux, Brand, Corrupt Auroch, and I can't remember the other person. So I'm currently leveling up him. I'm kind of to the point on both accounts where I run out of energy.
Yep.
Really quickly.
Yep, that's a big deal.
And really sick of spending premium currency to buy energy. That's not the point of premium currency in my mind.
I agree. I definitely agree. So it's almost like an essential though, right? It shouldn't be that way, but it almost is like you have to do it, which is bullshit.
Agree. It's like you know, those should be for shard pulls or, you know, the emergency crap, like I want to make sure I gear this guy, we better do it, right?
Yeah.
Not, oh, I want to play the game for an hour. I gotta level up. You know, and
yeah.
It's ass backwards, in my opinion.
It's a great game, but there's some pretty big flaws in the game that need to be addressed, and it's not like I guess while we're sitting here, what did you think about the arena change? I don't know if you made a video about it, but did you see the patch notes that came out?
Yeah, I saw the patch notes. You're talking about how the seasons last longer now?
I don't know, they last longer.
Is that the one?
And it's like after round 2, you get plus 15% attack and stuff like that. I mean, I mean, it might be better, but my thing is that there's other things they should be worrying about, right? Did you have a problem with how arena is?
No, but I could see, in all fairness, I could see, because I mean, the game this young's got to cater to the whales and the krakens, right? Yeah. Not me and you.
Right.
I could see the very end players, because of the amount of people that are in the game right now, it's very, very limited. I could see matches taking forever later in the game. Like end game arena,
Yeah.
I could see it just, you're going 15, 20, 30 turns and you're going nowhere because people are building the Mythesia brand comps where they don't die. And you got the best gear in the world and you're just completely overstacked by everything.
That's a good point.
So
yeah.
I think that move was to cater for the people who are dropping thousands of dollars in this game. So I really can't blame them for that, to be completely honest.
Right. Yeah, I didn't really think it was a negative change. I just thought they could be working on something else. But they come out with patches quite a bit and quite often, so I can't really complain about anything they do. There's just those few things. Like, I feel like gear, the cost of gear and how much it costs to take up a 5-star to like 12 is ridiculous. And the energy problem.
Oh, yeah.
Those are like my two biggest problems with the game is energy and gold required for gear.
You can't, like, we both played Marvel Strike Force, right? Mm-hmm. And they had 17 bottlenecks built into their game at various stages of the game.
Yeah, they did.
And I think, and that, not that this one has that many, but they're definitely, because gold isn't a bottleneck when you're just starting and you're up to like level 30. You're like, oh, I can take all these characters up and I can do all this. And then when as soon as you get that foodie quest, it's like, take 5 pieces to gear level 12. You're like, oh shit, I have no gold left.
Yep.
You know?
And I did that same thing. I was balling, right? We're all balling when you're first starting out. And you don't know what the crunch is.
Yeah.
You don't know what the crunch is yet because no one tells you because you're all at the same spot when it's first starting out. So,
right.
Yeah. So I was spending gold like it was nothing. And I had a lot. And then one day I upgraded a piece of gear, and I went to go to the market, and I had nothing left. And I had like 150,000. I was like, where'd all my gold go? And I started looking into it, and I was like, whoa, this is, you don't notice it. It's crazy.
No, it's nuts, man. It's just how fast it goes. And especially when you start getting into like those 6-star pieces. Because I was like, oh man, I got a really nice 6-star piece. And then it's like, oh wait, that just cost 278,000 to go 4 levels. So
have you noticed like the randomness of the prices in the market for gear? I've seen 6 stars at 120,000 a piece to like 8,000. Is it RNG or is it just determining like what piece of gear it is?
It's, from what I can tell, like because I've been trying to watch that too because I've noticed it as well. It's the rarity of the gear. If it's legendary, it's gonna be like 100k plus.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Does it matter what gear set it is? Do you think?
Nope.
No.
I haven't found it to be, because I found a really good 5-star. It was a crit rate ring that had attack percentage and crit damage percentage, and it was like 18k. I was like, nice. Okay. Yeah.
I was telling somebody in Discord about this piece I got earlier. You know how you have to do 5 battles in the Arcane Dominator for your dailies? I was doing it, and I got these curse boots. And I think they might have been legendary. I don't know what they were, but they were really good, right? Until I clicked on them. It was flat stats on the primary and all flat stats on the secondaries. It was probably one of the worst pieces of gear I've ever seen in my life. And it was like 6-star.
That's pissed. So frustrating. Chaps my ass completely. Like, you'll get like the attack set. I can't remember what it's called right now, but
Warrior.
Anyways. Yeah, you get the warrior ring. You get like a warrior ring, right? And it's got defensive percentage and like resistance. And then you get a Terra ring with attack percentage, crit damage, crit rate, and you're like, what the fuck? Could we just swap all those stats so I can actually use this stuff? I probably have so much 5-star gear that I haven't fed into anything yet that I don't even want to think about it.
But so are you focusing on dungeons? What's your focus on in the game?
Right now, I am not focused on dungeons. I should be. See, I know this is going to sound awful, but I got Gangelo.
Once you get to Gangelo, do you think you're going to boring for you? Once you get him going and just running through everything?
No, honestly, because then I can start farming the gear to try out other teams.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of people I want to try, but I know I don't have the gear to try them, right?
Yeah.
So I think when I can start religiously getting 6-star pieces of gear, I think that'll be big for me.
I mean, this is the end game. I mean, this is it right here. This is the hardest part of the game, is these dungeons.
Yep.
But still, I'm getting pretty close. I'm getting 11, or I'm getting 11 on Ash and Roaring Tulpa. Well, I can farm 10 on Tulpa and Ash. I can farm 11 on Queen of Tides. And then Witch and Gemini I'm not very good at. I can't get very far on those yet. How are you doing?
Yeah. I'm farming 10 on Tulpa and Tides. Ash I haven't tried in a while. Probably could do much better, but I was farming 7. But I have Nathalia now and William, so that could probably get a little bit better. And then Witch of the Wind and Gemini I'm on 7.
What I'm using on my Ash is Nathalia, Santis, William, and Blackhorn. But I'm not able to beat 11 yet, so...
There's a lot of videos out there for all these free-to-play teams, like, oh, you could do this, but nobody breaks down the encounter, right? Like,
yeah.
there's tricks to this, like, and I just got to figure them out. Like, and it's all on me. I just haven't, like, dug in the time to figure out what the tricks are for every single one, you know?
Same here, man. And that's why I won't make a video about it until if I don't know why this is happening, or why you're going for the, right minion first before the boss, or why I'm doing this move here and why I'm using this spell, I'm not going to make a video about it, right? Because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, I can say, yeah, this I throw this comp in and it works, right? But you kind of need to tell people why it works, why you're working on this person. And even though I can do 11 and stuff, I still don't know why it's happening. You know what I mean? People just said try this, and I'm throwing them in, and it works, right? So I agree.
Right.
I've been trying to sit there while it autos and try to figure out why you're doing this strategy or why you're using these characters.
No, exactly, and that's like, because I mean, people are doing it. Like, I mean, they're using uncommons to beat bosses, level 12 bosses. So it's not that people aren't doing it. I just wish they'd explain it, so that's one thing I really got to try to focus on, is like, when I get into dungeons and I can beat them, all right, now it's time for me to explain it so maybe people understand why,
Yep. And I think some content creators forget that, and they just want to get that video out first before everyone else. Like I said, I'm not talking. I enjoy almost all the content creators. There's so many for Ace. It's a little overwhelming, so I will admit that I haven't checked out everybody, but I do watch as many people as I can, and they're all great. And this isn't me knocking on them, but like as soon as the game starts, you got tier lists coming out. You can't do it. You can't do a tier list.
No,
it's just not possible
unless you got everybody max level with all the ascensions.
Yeah, I mean, gear's not that important because you kind of want to know what it's like with a 3 or 4 piece gear. But I mean, even a whale isn't going to be able to get it, because you could sit there and spend $5,000 on crystal or summoning, whatever they're called, summoning crystals, and you still won't pull everybody. It's all about RNG.
No, right.
And so it's going to take people time, even if you're a whale, to get everyone and to test them all and to upgrade them all and getting experience. It's going to take you. You can't really just buy experience straight out. So it's going to take time. So that's why I kind of try to. Everyone, like, I remember people were coming in like first day and like, where's the tier list? Where's the tier list? I'm like, well, if we had a test program like Dragon Champions had, then you could do a tier list. But they don't have that. I don't think. I don't know what the content creators get, but I don't think they get a test server. So people just need to, like, whenever you watch a tier list, just be wary that it might not be true, because no one really knows.
No, nobody does know. And that's the thing, is like, that's why I try to do like the move kit tier list.
Yes.
Just base it off their move kit, like, and that's when I do the noob series.
And you did that.
I just talk about what I'm reading.
Right.
Like what are we reading? Where do I think it's gonna work? I go in and I test it out, and maybe after a month and a half of testing, you're going to find way different teams, but this is just a preliminary, this is where we're at kind of thing,
Exactly, man. Exactly. And okay, so now I remember what we were talking about earlier. We were talking about gear and how like an attack piece will get like HP, and how like a Terra set will get like attack. I know.
Yeah.
Now that's what I was talking about. I don't really have much else to say though, but I know exactly what you're talking about, and I have hundreds of pieces with that.
You know, coming from Raid Shadow Legends, like the gear was always it's so important, and it is in this game too. But that's one thing I think they kind of missed the mark on in this game is the gear. Like you used to have to do gear cleanses in Raid Shadow Legends, and I have to do a gear cleanse in here. But unless I have the gold to level up piece, you can't do a gear cleanse because I'm not selling a 5-star legendary piece for 200 gold. It's pointless.
Yeah, and they need to adjust that. I'm not saying they have to give us a crap ton more gold, but like you just said, like I've been saying, decrease a little bit. It doesn't have to be an insane amount, but decrease how much it costs by 20% when you're upgrading. But also, like you said, if I'm going to sell a 5-star piece of gear, I think you should get maybe 1,000 coins per star level. That's not asking for a lot. That's still pretty cheap for a 5-star, but something better than 200. I mean, I don't know. I've never sold a piece. How much is it? Is that what it is? 200 for a 5-star?
It's like 1,200. That's like 1,200 gold for a 12-star piece.
Yeah, let's see. Here's a 6-star. Yeah. How do I sell it? Oh, I see. I got so much hate on my experience video because I banished a couple of elites, and I specifically said don't do this, and I also said I'm just doing this because I have a few extra. I've gotten so much like shit for it. It's been funny. So I should make a video that says sell all your gear now. Easiest way to make gold. So yeah. Here's a 6-star blue for 1,200. That's insane. Here's a gold 6-star for 2,400. But yeah, it's not very good.
Yeah, but still, it's nothing. It's terrible. Like, I mean, you're supposed to feed it into other gear, which is awesome. It's like they got so many things right with the gear and so many things wrong with the gear. Like, not having to pay to remove gear is amazing. That is one of my favorite features in the game. You can try all the sets you want. That is amazing. But then it's like you can't even buy gold. There isn't packs with gold in them. So it's like even if you're a whale or a kraken, you can't buy gold. I think I've seen one offer the whole time I've been playing the game, and it had like 20,000 gold pieces in it. That's gonna do you jack shit.
I think they're losing out on money because of their packs. I don't think their packs are that good. I'm not saying there aren't some that are decent, but for the most part, their packs just seem to be off. I feel like they could do better.
I think they could offer more of a variety at more of a time, yeah. Because it's mostly they just like have their monthly packs they'll try to throw in your face or your weekly packs. Like I think they should have just random packs. Like I noticed that when you get a character now, they'll offer you like the character enhancement pack, which isn't that good in my opinion, but
right. I didn't realize that either. That's kind of what they used to do in Dragon Champions.
Yeah, they'll be like you'll get like your ability ascension material and stuff like that.
And I think most games like that do that. Galaxy of Heroes does it, I think. But yeah, before I forget, I want to ask you, what do you think about the silver and the gold cards? Like, I feel like they could have more people buy this if they included just a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. I buy the silver card. I like getting the extra experience, and plus I like the steady income of gold or the diamonds on a daily basis. It makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah.
So
I that extra experience is huge. Just a passive extra 20%, and then you get the ×2 experience. That I bet you that's pretty nice.
It is, but I would buy the gold pack or the gold card if it included the silver card, but it doesn't. I guess you get more diamonds, which is sweet, and you get the more gold. But why not? If it's the gold card, you should get the silver card with it. You know what I mean?
Right. Or if you have to buy them together, you need to put more in that gold card than just 20% gold. I mean, I know you're
that's what I'm saying. Like
energy. I think both of them should have energy, but maybe you get I don't know, two meal tickets a day in silver, but you get like 5 a day for gold, and then
Yeah.
something like that. And I think you should increase that gold percentage a little bit. I don't know, but they kind of seem like they're not worth it. But I just didn't know what you. I don't know anyone that's bought it yet, so you're the first person I've talked to that actually buys these. So
No, I mean for $4.99 for a month for the silver card, to me that's fine.
that's all it is $5.
Could you-
I thought it was 10.
Yeah. No, it says after trial it's $4.99.
I might have to buy that too, just for that experience, and to get some diamonds. Because after your first time rewards, diamonds are hard to come by, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to think of like 1,500 is a times 10 pull, so
Mm-hmm.
just think you pay $50 and that's only times 20. That's not very much.
No, the higher you get, the worse it gets. But the 60 and the 99 cents and the $4.99 to get double the first time around. I don't know if I'd buy them again after that, but
Right.
to get the double off of it isn't bad.
These ones with pumpkins don't seem to be too bad. I'd pay $10 for that one.
Yeah, no, that's not bad though. That's the one with like, okay, there it is, the 4-star. And I don't those sacred summoning crystals that you're looking at now. Well,
Yeah.
at least you were.
No, I am. I'm leaving it on there. Yeah.
Is that the one that gives you a legendary? Yeah, that's a legendary, guaranteed legendary.
Yes. Yep. So that's not bad
Yeah.
for 30. I would say that's pretty good. You're getting diamonds, getting some experience.
Yeah,
And this-
it's still too much for me though. But
Right. I would never pay that, but I try to think of it as if I had the money to spend, would I? This,
Yeah.
in no way would I ever buy this. 200
No.
Stardust? That's it?
no,
20,000 gold?
this is the one offer that has the gold in it. That's the one I was talking about. It's like, and it's
That's
20,000 gold. What
terrible.
the hell is that going to do for you? What
Even
is
the-
20,000 gold going to do for me?
And don't get me started on the Stardust pulls. Those are trash as hell. So that one was $15, right? That's worth about $1.50 right there, if that.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible. So yeah, like you said, they needed more variety. Going back to the $30 one, this is worth it. But I don't know. I didn't know they had something like that. So what are they doing for $50? You get a Soul Arcana, which is for legendary.
I'd rather spend what it was the one with the guaranteed legendary for $30 or whatever.
Yeah, let me go back.
I'd rather buy that than the one with the Arcana. I mean, yeah, you get to pick who it is, but
Yeah, no, you're right. That's a pretty good one. I like the $30 one. It's not bad.
no.
I will never spend on a character just because I enjoy. I shouldn't say that. I buy the monthly pass, right? Okay, so let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about the Magic Pass. How are you?
Okay.
I'm still on level 38. I get on every day. I spend all my energy. I did the energy event. I do the ×2 cubes. How are you getting through it so quickly?
I am on level 49 right now. PvP, man.
Okay, that's what everyone else is telling me
PvP
too.
battles.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually, you know me, I'm not a big PvPer at all. But I actually don't mind PvP in this one. For some reason, I don't get frustrated playing it. On the free-to-play, I'm up in gold. I just hit platinum on the main account, so I don't mind the PvP in this. Maybe because that's the only place you really have to do it, right?
That is nice.
So maybe that's where I don't mind it.
I don't hate it either. It's just I think I feel the same way about all arena modes in every game, where I just have to go throw something in, hit play, and then pretty much hit auto. I just wish I don't know. I don't really like arena modes anymore, especially since Galaxy of Hero took arena mode out pretty much, and it's pretty much nothing anymore. That's kind of made me realize how useless arena mode is. So I have another question pertaining to PvP here in a second, but I was gonna say I'm on 38, and I was seeing how much I had to pay to finish it out, and I have 12 levels,
Mhm.
and it's only 600. I mean, 600 is quite a bit, but I really love this quality of life to be able to spend diamonds if you have to or if you need to finish it out. And I just think that's cool because not everyone has the time or whatever, and
Oh no, yeah.
should you do that? Probably not. You want to do your best to get as far as you can. But I'm sitting here thinking it's probably worth 600. Yeah, I get a bunch of 3-star, 4 stars. But I was almost thinking, is this even worth it? But yeah, it's pretty worth it. I got some ancient crystals. But so think about what we just looked at. What was it? What was it, like $50 for the gold and all that?
Mm-hmm.
This is $10, and I wish I could show people the entire the entire rewards. Is there a way to do that to see what you
I don't
get
think
if
so.
you get to 50? Anyways, it's $10.
Can
This
you
is
scroll
insane.
backwards? Does it let you scroll backwards on the banner?
Oh, on the back. Okay, yeah. I was hoping you could just have a screen though that kind of showed you the summary of everything. But
Yeah.
but just the character alone. You know that one legendary pack was $30. You're paying $10 for this. It's insane. This is over $100 value. It's insane.
That's the best value in the game.
I wonder if this will start getting nerfed more. Remember how Dragon Champions got, where they gave away a lot of good stuff like this, and then they started cutting it down, making it harder to achieve, and stuff like that.
They've already started to do that. I mean, remember the first one? You got the Incarna.
Yeah, I remember they nerfed it a little bit. I remember people were pissed. I still can't be pissed about this though. I can't be pissed about it. What we're getting right now.
Dude,
now, if it starts getting more meager and more meager, then yeah.
You know, as long as they keep the legendary hero in there, I could give two shits what else is in there. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah. No, you're right. The character itself. So that's another thing I'm thinking is like, aren't they going to have to put out characters at a not an alarming pace, but at a steady pace? Because you're giving out these amazing characters. Every character that they put out these last 3 months are insane. It's like the best characters in the game that they put out. Don't you think they're going to have to really start putting out more stuff? Or after, a year, everyone's going to have most of the great legendaries.
I do think they're going to have to eventually. But right now, actually, I think the pace they're doing it at is absolutely fine. Because, yes, it's going to get a little boring for the people who completely wail or cracking out, right? Mm-hmm. But for people like me and you or your average player, like I'm a baby dolphin, right? So people like us, this is a good steady pace. It gives us a chance to pull those legendaries. And the thing is like, especially with legendaries, the ascensions on them completely change the character. So, I mean, there's some, like, Blackhorn, good character, great character, but when you get him ascended, he's even that much more beast mode. It all depends on your luck, but I think if they saturate the market too much right now with a whole bunch of characters, it's just going to make people even more mad, because then it's going to water down your pool. So I think right now they're doing it smart. Maybe once a month, popping out a new character, let people know they're still developing them. And then I think once they hit that like 9-month year mark, I think that's when you're going to start seeing them come out, like a couple characters a month, 3 characters a month, things like that.
And I'm actually surprised that they've started releasing them already. The last two, Godfrey and Akubi. Ibuki, Akubi, I can't remember what his name is. Oh,
Dude,
man,
I don't even want to pronounce anybody's name.
I forgot, man. We should have did your pronunciation video today.
Oh.
We'll have to do that again sometime.
Yeah.
I
told you I would do that with you.
Like, one of the things I look forward to is your pronunciations and stuff. It cracks me up.
Dude, it's so bad. I don't know what it is. Like, I look at it, and I turn into a 3-year-old who can't talk.
It's almost as if you don't like look at every letter. It's just like you look at it as a whole, right? And then you don't even look at the word. You just kind of see the first 3 letters, and then you go from there.
Yep. Or I don't sound it out like it. I don't break it down. I'm just like, that sounds good.
I love it, man. I love it. So keep it up. Try to say it wrong.
Okay. Oh, you know what's terrible is when I'm watching like your videos, I'm like, God damn it, that's how you say that name.
See, why it sticks out to me is because, like, I was in the spelling bee. Like, I wasn't good at a lot of things, but I was pretty good at English and all that stuff, right? And punctuation, and so that's why it always cracks me up. Yeah, the matrices, I think, man, they're slow. I think my biggest complaint, Zary, about matrices is that if you have a legendary matrix, that thing should be legendary. If you have an epic matrix, that thing should be epic. Do you agree or disagree?
I'll probably ruffle some feathers here, but honestly, I don't give a shit about the matrices.
Same here.
I just
yeah.
I just see him as like a if you I've gotten one character. I think it was a Connor, because I had enough matrices to do it. I just see it as like trying to help people out, you know. And if somebody's really dead set on they want this, the only time I really think matrices help out is when you can buy them, like the Yolanda shards, or the Orax shards, or whatever those are.
Yeah.
That to me is the only purpose. Like I honestly see them as just a waste, to be completely honest. So
what's interesting about it is, like, I agree, I don't really care either. It's interesting though, they've brought in the Dragon Champions way of farming somewhat with the matrices. You know what I'm saying? The Galaxy of Heroes type of farming with shards. It takes 100 shards to unlock a hero or whatever. So that's kind of interesting. I feel like no other games have done that, really. Where you have the raid type of farming for characters, which is, summoning, and then you have matrices, which is kind of like farming for shards. Now, farming for them isn't the same, because you only get them through bounties, but it is interesting that they did that.
It does remind me of Dragon Champions, and I think this is what Dragon Champions was going for.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the difference here is you get the full character.
Yes, that was my problem too. Yep.
Yeah.
And they did it a little too late. If that's what you wanted, then shut the game down, completely redo it, and then re-release it or something. Just to slap it in there out of nowhere with no warning or anything. That's what killed the game for me.
I love the AK says, "I see the matrix. You see the Matrix as an exotic sandwich. It's neat, but there are many better things." Yeah, pretty much. Yep. That's a really good way to put it.
Oh, so I saw someone say, "What's my opinion about Stardust?" So let's go talk about that real quick. So what do you think about limited summons?
I think the idea is amazing.
Same here.
I think the idea is top notch.
What?
This is like their answer to like the time 10 summons like Raid had, right?
Right.
But it's all the time. It's constantly rotating. So I think it was on one of the free rides where I was like, these things are shit. Don't get them. And then I freaking pulled an epic out of them. I was like, son of a bitch.
Who'd you pull?
Lordak.
Oh, Lordrick.
Lordrick, yeah. See? There you go.
I just have to do it. Okay. So I pulled like 5 or 6 one stream and got 1 epic, and that was Urzag. After that, I was pissed, and I've been pissed since. I've opened some since then. I think I got another epic, and it was still a trash one that was on the Urzag level. Maybe like Harbag even or something. Like, they were really bad. How many have you pulled total?
I pulled on stream, or in my video. And then on my main account, I probably pulled about 1,000 worth of them. I don't even know what I have right now. I probably got a ton of Stardust, and I just forget about it.
And you've only got 1 epic out of it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so do you think the drop rates should be increased, or do you think they're fine where they're at?
See, that's a tough one for me, because I don't want them to be... If you pull a 10 pop, you should not be guaranteed a legendary. But I think the epic drop rate should be increased a little bit. But it's hard because if you up the drop rates in these limited summons, everyone's just gonna hoard until they get the character they want, and then they're gonna pop 2,000 of them, and you're gonna ascend a character in 2 seconds.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. What do you think about the drop rates with advanced summons? I'm going to tell you what I think real quick, and then I want to hear what you say. I love that. I love the drop rates, right? Because we drop so many. And a lot of people get mad at me saying this, but do you think it's too giving? Do you think it's too easy to pull a character? Or do you think I'm just crazy?
No, I agree. I agree, but take that with a grain of salt, because I love the fact you can pull an epic after 10. I think that's great. It's rewarding. Once you get by like the early part of the game, those summons, they're hard to come by unless you buy them. Yep. You're maybe getting 10 a week, something like that. So there's nothing more deflating to a player when they pull 50 shards and they get all rares.
Right.
It is the worst feeling in the world.
Yes. I agree
So
with that.
without them doing like the 10 times and the, you know, like the boosted drop rates for a weekend or whatever, I think where they have the elite pull after 10 is great. I honestly think we're getting so many legendaries because there isn't a lot of champions in the game. I think the drop rates where they are going to be great, or people are going to bitch about them and get frustrated when there's 70 champions in the game. When there's, I mean, right now we got what, 22 legendaries in the game. Now imagine when there's 70 legendaries in the game. It's gonna suck.
And that's where the benefit of starting from day one is going to come in. Because after the longevity of the game, like you just said, here in 2 years, there's going to be 70 characters versus 20. So the sooner you started the game, the smaller the pool of heroes is, like you just said. And so you're going to have most of all these characters by the time they start increasing the amount of legendaries. So our experience now is going to be different than someone who starts a year and a half later from now. Because now he's going to have so many more characters.
100%.
You know, it's going to be harder for him to get anything because the percent chance of getting that character increases every time they release a legendary. So it's going to every time they release a legendary, it's going to be harder and harder and harder to get not pull a legendary, but pull that legendary character that you need or that you want. You know, so
and that's where the limited summons are going to come into play. That's where I think you're going to see it become like tenfold. Is you're going to see the circle of like, that's why I'm really not pulling any of my Stardust, to be completely honest, because what about the time like when, you know, there are so many legendaries, and let's just use Godfrey as an example, right? Like they give you that chance to get Godfrey. Well, you don't get him, and then all of a sudden he's in a limited summons, and I got 5,000 currency. If I get a legendary out of that, I got a 1 in 3 shot of it being Godfrey.
So yeah, I always thought like they should even. Yeah, I mean we pretty much covered it. I'm not complaining, you know. And a lot of people are like, "Why would you want them to nerf it?" Well, I don't want them to nerf the pulls. It just seems like it's very giving, like it's very nice. So I can't complain about that. And you got a good point about the limited summons too.
Besides Lord Varsh, I mean, that guy's just got the luckiest luck I've ever seen.
Isn't that insane? I can't believe that guy's account, but yeah.
But when you think about it, yeah, you're getting a legendary, but you're pulling 70 plus shards for somebody. You know, I mean, that's a lot of shards when you think about it. You know, and you might get 2 legendaries, so you're beating the luck, right? But think about the amount of shards you're pulling versus, like on my free to play, I pulled 1 free summon and I got a Methecia, right? Okay, that's awesome. That's going to happen regardless. But when you're pulling people's shards, you're pulling 60, 50, 60 shards at a time. You should be seeing a lot come out of that.
Everyone I know, including me, we're pulling some crazy free summons. I've got legendaries. I got Balbrith. I've got Gajar. I've got other ones I can't remember right now from free summons, and I'm not complaining. But
I got Corrupted Aurak out of a free summon.
I remember that. That's crazy, and I can't complain, right? But it just seems like it's almost too good to be true, which is not. But and one other thing about these limited summons is never any of the characters I really want, but like one. And maybe they do that on purpose, because it seems like I always have everybody except for one of them. Like right now, I would only want Yolanda.
But you got to think too. It's like, all right, 6 months down the line, are you gonna be excited when you pull your 30th Zatlux out of a free summon? No, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm pulling Zatlux again. This is bullshit.
That's true. That's very true, man.
You know, I mean, we don't have anything right now. Like everybody's so new, so you get excited for everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? So then you're gonna turn them into the currency.
The essence.
Or you're gonna feed them.
And what can you get with that? Let's see what you can get. Let's go here. I love the menu system, but there's so many effing menus that even though I've been playing it for a long time, I'm still clicking on the wrong shit. And if I get too far into a menu, I have to click back like 9 times. Like I wish they could simplify that somewhat. Now I really like this thing in the corner though. Like this is something that a lot of games don't have.
It's like they thought about the big picture on the navigation, but it's just like the little shit they forgot about, like the simplicity of just being able to hit next battle or just being able to hit home, get home. Like they break it all down so well, but it's just like the little things that it kind of got overlooked, you know.
And I just want to say, this adventure map drives me insane. Like, if I barely...
Oh God, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, like, I feel like if I want to click here, it should zoom out, right? I just want to click on the map screen a couple times off of a node, and it should zoom out. Instead, I have to click this thing. And then like, okay, I'm trying to scroll. And as soon as I let go, boom, like it didn't do it there. But I'll just be like scrolling through, and it'll zoom it right there. I was just moving through, you know what I mean? And when I let go, it zoomed into a piece of the map. Like, it's really clunky, and I don't know what they should do to change it, but they should kind of do something differently, because it drives me insane.
Well, and I hate too is like, oh, I'm in hard node and I want to go to, but I'm in chapter 8 of hard node, but I want to go to mythic, but I can't go to mythic because I'm not in chapter 8 in mythic. I'm like, I get it, dude, just take me into fucking mythic and let me go to like the last chapter. I don't need to go to hard node chapter 2 and then select mythic. That part drives me crazy.
No,
but yeah, the adventure mode's pretty kind of archaic in my opinion.
Yeah,
compared to all the other features we have. Yeah,
this is a good problem to have, right? Like, what we're complaining about is like nitpicking.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
You know, it doesn't need to be changed. It's not going to affect the game. But if they did, my God, the game would be almost flawless. It would almost be perfect if they would just change a few quality of lives. And
that's all stuff I think you're gonna see down the line. But like you said, the patches they've been putting out have been character balances, making the game balanced, and that's more important than us having a home button, in my opinion. I want a balanced game. I want to see characters who are way too strong come back down. I want to see that first, and then when you kind of get that to a good point, then you can start worrying about all this quality of life crap, you know?
Yeah, totally. I agree, man. I agree. I had something else to add to that. I don't remember, but okay. So we're checking out the gold essence here, and so it gives us an ancient summoning crystal, which is what? So you have a chance of pulling an epic or a legendary, and that's for 150 of them. And I'm guessing, you know, here in a year and a half, we'll be pulling these. We'll get about 150 pretty easily, because we should have most of our people ascended, especially for people who just started out. But you have your basic summoning crystals, but it looks like you can have as many as you want. Check that out. Which you can only get elites, though, so that may not be that cool. But that might be a better...
You can get a legendary out of those.
Yeah, so this might be a better choice to go through than...
well, it definitely is if you're looking for that one champion. You know? Like, if you're looking for that Nathalia, or you're looking for that William, unless it's a light or a dark hero... Those could be better than just randomly pulling something else.
So I gotta do a humble brag, but that video I made for the banishing, it just hit 5,000 views today. That's insane.
Damn, dude, good for you.
So hopefully that gets me, like you told me years ago, you're gonna make that one video that gets you to 1,000, right? I hope that's the video that does it for me. Because
yeah, dude, you bust your ass, man. You're gonna get there. I told you that in the beginning, from your first video, man. You just get that one video. Like, I made that one video in Dragon Champions that just took off. For some reason, people just stuck with me, you know. And you're the same way. You got that personality that people want to watch. So you just keep doing your thing, man. You'll get there. I know you will.
I don't know if I told you this, man, but have you ever checked out this Escape podcast that this two guys, well, the guys that just came in here, they do a podcast every Friday, and
yeah, they're the ones that you went on and interviewed with, right?
Yes. Well,
yeah, I follow them.
Okay, they're really fun to watch, even if you're not into Galaxy of Heroes anymore. They're really fun to watch. But I'm now part of the show. I will be their AI. Yes, so I'm pretty excited about that, and so you'll have to start watching when you can. It's at night every Friday, so you know it's on the weekends where you can catch it. If not, I'm not gonna be mad at you, but it's not a huge part, but I'll be like their fact checker behind the scenes, and so if they say something wrong or something, I'll write it down, or if they need me to look something up for them, I will. And then at the end of their second segment, Paul, the guy with the beard, looks like Seth Rogen. He bought me a turtleneck that's like green screen colored, so you're just going to see my head, and it's going to be on a monitor, and so I'll be like their AI, and it like comes down out of the Millennium Falcon, and I'll sit there and talk to her and bullshit with them, and say some things that they said wrong or adds to it or whatever. But yeah, he asked me to do it, so I thought that was pretty cool. Do you believe in that some? I say this all the time. Do you think some accounts are blessed and some aren't? Like some
Yes,
random RNG.
absolutely.
When you create that account, there's some kind of algorithm, and there's some number that represents luck, and some luck numbers are higher than other accounts. And I've heard people spending days and weeks re-rolling an account, right? And think about that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're spending weeks re-rolling an account, that means you have bad luck, and that means you're not getting what you want. And so I think some people are blessed with like no luck or bad luck. I think that some accounts, whenever you create that account, it says, okay, this account's going to get more water heroes, and it's not going to get very many fire. And then there's an account that's going to get mostly fire heroes and not very many water heroes. There's going to be some accounts that pull Zatlux out the ass all the time. There's going to be some accounts that don't pull Zatlux at all. Same thing with I get
Oh no, man, I agree.
I get Scarlet and Jacobs constantly, all the time, and that's strange to me too. Do you notice that with your account? Is there certain characters or infinities that you seem to pull a lot?
Well, I mean, look how long it took me to get William. Like, I had no water heroes on my account at all.
That's so weird.
And I don't know if it is. It's just like I was getting fire out the ass. That's all I was getting. Fire heroes, fire heroes, fire heroes. And then I kind of balanced myself out a little bit, but I agree. And especially playing like other games like Raid and stuff like that, I've seen it. I've seen accounts just get blessed. And then I've seen accounts who are a year in and have 3 legendaries.
I agree, man. I think Lord Varsh's is similar to what mine was in Raid, right? Because it was just constant. It was constant, huge pulls. And that's what Varsh has been getting too. And we have several different people pulling next to him. And we'll make him go last, we'll make him go first, we'll make him go second. And it doesn't matter which way he goes. He just gets insane pulls. I had to get my Tia through Battle Pass, which is fine with me.
That's where I got mine from.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to be next, man. They put some really good people in there. I'm giving everyone Nathalia. I thought that was almost too nice. Once again, I'm like, it
was cheat code.
Yeah, it's
cheat code.
It's spoiling the beginner players.
Oh yeah.
I think you should have to. They could have gave you somebody, but did it have to be Nathalia? Because she's one of the best characters in the game. So I thought that was kind of weird. And every time I make a free to play, I get Nathalia. Well, me, I like to kind of work my way up with what I have. You can't really teach a beginner player if you're given the best character right from the get-go. It makes it look easier than what it really is. And so it's hard to make a free-to-play series using her. And I wanted to not use her, but I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm using her.
I think they did that too because it really helps with your progression. With the soft launch, I think so many people signed up for the soft launch and played the soft launch. I think they were like, all right, we got to let some people who are just starting here catch up a little bit.
Right.
But everybody got it, so I guess maybe that's not the case.
Right. That's just me being nitpicky, though. I mean, how can I complain about getting awesome characters? So, but what's funny is we're not used to that, are we? We're not used to that from these games, so we don't know how to respond to that.
No, not at all.
So, Zeri, I wanted to talk to you about just what do you think about the game, how everything's going. What do you see coming in the future as far as content, or how do you think? They're going to have to do something to keep our attention, to keep us going.
I think the first focus is going to be, and I have no clue, this is all just me speculating, but I think guild versus guilds, like some sort of guild wars will be coming. I know they've said that they want to make guilds more impactful in the game, so I definitely see that. They kind of got the game set up in a way right now, in my opinion, where they can make small things big, like kind of like they did with Raid Shadow Legends, like with the clan boss. They just released the Hydra boss. Like they could make a different guild boss. I don't see like a level cap increase or anything like that coming for a long time, but I do see like like maybe even like a live PvP, or definitely something with the guilds though for sure. But I think the game itself right now is in a really good spot, especially for as much hype as it got, for as much as people were playing it. I do believe it's in a pretty good spot right now. I think that the slow progression of release of characters is really good. I think they got some tweaks to be made, like we talked about with the gold and the gear and stuff like that. But overall, I really can't complain. I mean, it's challenging. Unless you drop a ton of cash, it's going to keep you interested, right? I mean, I don't think anybody's got 100% win rates on everything.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I'm about the same way with you. What makes you think that there's a clan versus clan? Because other people in the Discord were saying it, other content creators are saying it. What makes you think that's what they're gonna do next?
Well, way back in the beginning, in the last closed beta, I want to say, the very, very last one, one of the mods said it. Was it Maz? Might have been Maz. Was stating that it was in development. But then I haven't heard anything from it since. But I think it was Maz who was telling us.
Okay. Yeah, because there's something about it that everyone else thinks that too, which would be awesome. I don't know how they would do it in this game, but there's no reason to do it any different than any other game. Like, it's all set up the same. Just make it territories, Pick things from all the other games that work well and implement it in here. No one's going to complain. It doesn't have to always be original. And sometimes I wonder if that's what developers think. Like, oh, we can't copy. I mean, they'll copy a lot of things, but sometimes I feel like they try to be original, and it just doesn't work. So sometimes I wonder if that's what holds people back sometimes. But I mean, I would love to see a Grand Arena style. I love Grand Arena. Some people don't. I absolutely love that. Even though I just said I hated Battlegrounds, I still love the idea. Just the system was flawed, where it took 3 hours, right? But that would be cool too.
Mm-hmm. Like when I was talking about like live PvP, that's kind of what I was going with. Something like a Grand Arena, Battlegrounds style matchup.
For sure, that would be awesome. So, just in your own opinion, what would you like to see come to the game?
I'd like to see some new champs come into the game, to be honest with you, and I'd like for them to be not legendaries. I'd like to see some purposeful elites and epics brought into the game, to enhance the progression a little bit. But that's just me because I like the theory crafting aspect of it. I like let's build different comps and things like that. But I would like to see definitely guilds be more involved than that. And this is probably something stupid, but we have friendship points in the game. What the hell are we using them for? What do we use our friendship points for? Does anybody know?
I have no idea. Do you guys know? No clue.
So I'd like to see maybe a currency brought in for that. Like you could use your friends.
Speaking of that, there's another thing. There's a guild currency that we can't use. There is a guild currency that we can use, but let's go to the quests. Look at this. Is it this one? I have 40,000 guild funds. 40,000. Not available in the current version. Well, what the hell is it? Why is it in the game?
Yeah, I think that's when I was talking about guild bosses. That's when I'm thinking there might be one like because their guild boss is very idle game guild boss. Like we played a ton of idle games, so it's very idle game guild boss. So I think we're going to be able to use some of that maybe to possibly unlock like raids or like a different guild boss that drops better loot or something like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Also, does this not look like the guy who plays Mando? Hold on, he'll be. Let me know when you see him. This guy looks like what's his name? Pedro Pascal.
He does. He does.
Every time I see him, I think of that. But anyways, there's some really cool looking like uncommons, but they're trashed, right? So I wish they would save like some of their cool stuff. Like I don't know how they would do this, but I want to see like a epic version of something that's way more epic looking, but some weird shit like this, right? Not necessarily all humans or anything like that, because they all seem to be human. There might be some that aren't. I know there's dwarves, but some like weird creatures like this.
Yeah.
That are actually good.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like this weird hermit crab guy. Make him bigger, maybe put some cooler accessories on him, and make him an epic or something. So it'd be cool to see stuff like that. Like this guy would be cool.
No, I agree.
He looks like something off of another game I played, and I can't put my finger on it. But this guy with the skull on his face. Make a bigger version of him and with, you know, cooler look and stuff. But I like the style of this lizard guy with a skull on his face and the two hammers. So hopefully they come up with some really unique stuff. Like Godfrey was cool. It's different in this game, but it was like I've seen it before. Akubi was cool, but it wasn't like, holy shit, I gotta pull this guy, right? I actually, when I was pulling for, whenever he had 300% for Godfrey, I was hoping not to pull him. Not because he was bad or anything, but because there was stuff I wanted more than him. And he really wasn't going to do me much good where I'm at right now. So, I hope they pull someone where I'm just like mind blown, you know? And Raid does the same thing. Like, sometimes they'll pull people that you're like, that dude looks amazing. Like Astralon or whatever his name was. I always wanted him. Just by how he looked.
Yep.
But then there were some that were just like, yeah, okay, whatever. So that's what I kind of hope they do. Just, their art style's amazing. Their character design's amazing. I just want to see some, like, characters like, holy crap, I gotta have that guy just because of how he looked. But yeah, I agree. I agree with where the state of the game, with you where the state of the game is. I see the same thing in the future. I mean, guild versus guild would make sense. There's not much for you to do with your guild. Yes, you're helping your guild attack the clan boss, but you're not doing it together. You know, I said this for, 2 years in Dragon Champions. If you want to make people happy, come out with clan versus clan. Develops a brotherhood subconsciously. Not on purpose, but that's how it happens. You're coming together as a group, working together, communicating, and after 2 years of you guys doing that, you form a brotherhood, a friendship with everyone. It's almost like going on the battlefield with your buddies, fighting hand in hand by their side. You got their back by doing that, and you're going up against battle against other guilds. And when you win together, it feels amazing, right? Like, you can't do it by yourself in those, so it feels good, and it keeps people together. It makes people not want to leave, not because you release this content or whatever. Just modes like that makes you not want to leave because you'll feel bad not having your brothers back anymore, right? You'll feel bad like leaving your family. That's what it feels like. And
I stuck around in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes for like a year and a half longer than I should have because of the people I played with.
Same here, man. I feel the same way about my Galaxy. That's why I haven't left. There's been 2 points in my life where I wanted to quit that. Like, I was ready to quit. And because of my guild, I did not leave. Because they were my homies. They were my brothers. And so I think that's a good first, like, mode to start out with for them. Like, past what they've started with. Like, new content. I think it's a good idea.
I want to see impactful characters. Like, they're going to release new characters regardless of if we want them or not. But I want them to be impactful. I just don't want, here's another legendary, here's another legendary, here's another legendary. I want that, that a rare or uncommon. And if you play Raid Shadow Legends, they did a good job early on, where not every character being released was an epic or a legendary. They were making uncommons usable. And that's what I kind of meant by that. So I just want to explain that a little bit.
AK said maybe jelly sharing could be cool. Like, if someone needed jelly or someone was starting off, you could give them a boost. Well, that's a good point, because games like Galaxy of Heroes have that, where if someone, you could request a piece of gear, and your guild could send you that piece of gear if they had it, right? I think they can only send one piece, and you can only get like max 5 a day. That's a good idea, AK. That is, and I don't think that doesn't have that in this game, does it?
Matrix system really is the only thing that comes close to that.
Yeah, that's true. And I just, like you said, I'm not fond of it. It actually irritates me that I have to click on that red button and click 4 characters to exchange.
What do you guys think about the idea of having support in the Void Tower?
I think it needs to be happening, because if it was something like bounties where you did it one time and never again, not really. But since Void Tower, you have to do it over and over and over again for Infinity and beyond. I definitely think you should be able to use support. What do you think, Zary?
See, I'm on the opposite of that, because say you're a new character. All you got to do is bring in your friend's completely ascended, pimped out character and blow through as much Void Tower as you possibly can. Say you fill up your 50 friends list with all endgame players, you're gonna blow through the Void Tower. That's not what it's meant to be, So maybe you could only take in, instead of using them 3 times, maybe you could only use them once, or you could only have like 3 a day to bring in, something like that. I think they should meet in the middle, but as it sits right now, I don't think you should be able to bring in 50 of your friends 3 times each, because it would essentially ruin that whole game mode to me.
I like the three a day. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
How far are you on Void Tower?
Dude, I am on hard Void Tower level 1, and I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Isn't that insane? I can't even imagine what Mythic is.
No.
I mean, we have decent accounts, right? So it's insane.
I think I do, yeah.
I mean, we're not the best, right? But we have accounts that should be getting past level 1, and I'm at the same place, man. I can't get past level 1. I don't even try. I just wait for it to reset and then do the other.
In all fairness, I went in once and I was like, F this. I'm not going to get pissed off. And I haven't gone back and even touched it, so.
It's ridiculous. Well, they changed something on the normal, the rune mark or whatever. And so it's been it's been harder. I've had to fight my way up to... Because you can multi-battle it, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, after you beat it.
Okay. Yeah, and I was getting stuck on like 80, and then we had to get on the stream, and they hung out and helped me. And I got stuck at 100, and they had to help me. And so, I'm still having problems with normal, even though I beat it before.
See, I was able to get through normal. I audited it all the way up to, I think it was 97, and then I had to manual it.
What are you getting in the clan boss average?
I average like 18 or 19.
Yeah, I get 20 on like 1 or 2 of them, and the rest I get like 18 or 19.
I think, the wood one I get well over 20, because I got so many good fire heroes, but glyphs are so important in this game. It's better than any gear you could put on right now, to be honest with you. You got to make sure your glyphs are up, and the hard part is don't just focus, don't bounce all over the place. Just pick one character, get your glyphs as high as you can get them through farm and mythic, and then go to the next character. It's when you start bouncing around, like that's what I was doing for a long time. I was bouncing around and trying to get this person up and that person up and this person up, and it killed my progression.
Yeah, so to second what Zeri was saying, Loriander, this goes for all hero collectors. You pick a character, and you put everyone else out of the picture. And when that character's at least level 50, but you want to try to take them to level 60, get all their glyphs up to 5+, get all their abilities done. If you don't have all their abilities farmed, right there, that's the word. Like, the abilities are the biggest part of a character, and those dungeons aren't hard. Like, I was farming level 9 of all these pretty early game. Like, I was using Mary and some just ragtag crap, and you can get through these super easy. These are really easy to do. That's the first thing, and then after you get that one character all maxed up everywhere that needs to be maxed, then you move on to the next character. Because if you take 8 people to level 50 and then work on one person's abilities and then go over here and work on this person's glyphs, you'll never see progress. The fastest, most efficient way to progress is working on one character, maxing them out, getting them done, and then you can just put them to the side and not have to worry about them. You might have to go back and re-gear them or something, but that's it. At that point, you never have to worry about that character on anything else. And then you can move on to the next. And eventually you're going to sit there and say, wow, after a while, it's not going to be fun, but then you're going to get used to it. You're going to get into the rhythm. It's not going to be a big deal to you. And then after a while, you're going to look back at your roster and be like, damn, that looks pretty good. Like, look at all these characters I have at level 60 and all that. Now, there are some characters that you can take to level 50 and be fine for a while. But in the end of all things, you might as well just take them to 60 and get it out of the way so you don't have to go back and worry about it, right? So, just focus and patience are the two biggest virtues of these kind of games. So before we go, we have a big announcement. Me and Zeri been for a while been bouncing ideas back and forth on a channel that's separate from ours that we can do together. We had other ideas at first where it was all hero collectors, and then we've quit a lot of those hero collectors, so that kind of went to the wayside. But then I kind of came up to the idea with him about same aspect of me and him doing stuff together, but we're not refined to just Ace, just hero collectors, just one game, one thing, one show, one movie, or whatever. We just want to do a thing where we, like the Book of Boba Fett, where we would review each episode every week. Let's say a new Marvel movie came out, the even if it's Eternals or Spidey or whatever, you know, the new Marvel show that comes out. We'll do a review after every episode. Me and him will just hang out like we do here. We'll go through the episodes, go through the movies, and just review it, talk about what we want, and it might be a couple hour stream, like it is today. And then I would put that down into a video and put it on YouTube. On top of that, you know, think about like what IGN is, like how they do video game reviews, they do movie news, they just talk about everything. And like if Zeri, and it doesn't have to be just us two, if Zeri wanted to do a 30-minute review on a game he's playing and put it up there, he could. He and I would have access to it'd be 50-50, the channel-wise, so he would have access to it just as much as I would. He could upload content, and it would be constant content for everybody, and it wouldn't be so hard on each other, you know, when one person's running the channel. So we will be making this channel, and what is it, the Nerd Salute? Is that what we're calling it?
I don't know. We haven't decided yet.
We're thinking Nerd Salute. If you guys have some ideas, throw them our way, because we're open to anything. Something with a nerdy kind of name, so that's what we're going for. But yeah, that's what we're planning on doing. And Zeri, when are we planning on doing this?
We want to get it launched by, what did we say?
April?
April?
April 1st.
Yep.
And it will not be an April Fool's joke, we promise you.
Yeah, no, it will not, but we're trying to do something a little different. I love playing other games, so just the fact that we could review games together. Me and Bones play off each other pretty well, so I can't wait for some of the reviews, and this is the wealth of useless knowledge. Will be awesome.
Yeah, and it'll be refreshing to do something that's not Ace or Dragon Champions or Galaxy of Heroes. You know, it's going to be refreshing that, because I don't think we've ever done a video like that, right? It's always been about the game we're playing. We've never done something like that. So it's very exciting, and it'll be very refreshing, and I think you guys will love it. I think we'll have a blast doing it. You know, if it takes off, you know, the sky's the limit with that. I mean, we could even get to the point where, you know, like my idea about it is like IGN, where if like some news comes out, like let's say like a lot of stuff's come out recently, like a lot of new trailers. Futurama was announced. Even if there's like the new Lord of the Rings shows announced, we could just, even if there's news that comes out, we could hop on and talk about all the news. Like every week we could do a news show about the nerdy stuff that's come out, right? Like the sky's the limit. So that's what we plan on doing, and we want to try to get it all done and up and going by April 1st. And
we thinking about maybe playing some D&D on there, stuff like that. So
that's another thing we talked about.
It'll be fun.
I've never played. I would love to be part of it. But yeah, we were talking about maybe doing some D&D sessions live on stream. It's becoming a popular thing, and it's something we would enjoy doing too. So there's no limit to what we could do on that channel. But we would still do stuff on these channels. Don't get us wrong, right? This other channel is like our side project. Our priority is still Bones and XMG's channels, right? Ace is still our priority, but this would be something we could do on the side, right? And I think it's just be refreshing to do. Anything else you got to say about that, buddy?
No, man, just keep an eye out for it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of different games getting broke down, stuff like that, so it'll be awesome.
I agree. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think we're going to call it a night. I'm surprised how long we were on here already, so this was fun. This was fast.
Yeah, it was.
Tell them one more time where they can find you and what they can expect on your channel.
Right now, when I do stream on Twitch, it's XMG Family. YouTube, it's just XMG. You know, right now I'm mainly focused on my free-to-play series called Free Ride. Comes out every day. I take weekends off, and noob guides. So I'm getting back into the noob guides for characters, and there is, on my community page, there is a poll up. If you haven't voted, go vote for the poll so the next noob guide will come out. That's about it for me.
Vote, damn it. We're coming for you. If you guys don't know about Zeri, go check him out. Very informative videos. He just did one for the new character Godfrey. He breaks down tit for tat, like stat for stat. He gets you the lowdown and stuff, so it's definitely worth checking out. And one thing about you, Zeri and I, is we'll never put a video out that we don't know something about. If we don't know about it, we're not going to put a video out about it, right? So you can pretty much trust that it's not clickbait or that he doesn't know what he's talking about. If we're not confident about it, we don't put it out. So if it's out there, we know what we're probably talking about. I'm not saying like we're the smartest people in the world or anything, but we don't want to give people misinformation. So I'm really against
Correct.
that.
Yeah, and if we don't know, we'll tell you we don't know.
Right.
That's how I always feel.
So with that being said, Zeri, thank you so much, my friend. It's been too
No,
long.
thanks for having me, man. This is a blast.
Yes.
Hell yeah, it is.
I had a blast. Let's do it again very, very soon. All right. Well, with that being said, I love you all. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Like I said, we'll get Zeri back on and try to do this sooner rather than later. And I hope you all have a good night. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.